Hey guys! So I got a lot of questions on how Ozurgeti was, and it was great. It's a town of about 25,000, and it's super subtropical, meaning it's like Georgia in America. It's 30 minutes from the Black Sea, which I haven't seen yet, but I'm getting my time. And it was a great time. So basically, we found out on Monday, and then on Tuesday we went to the supervisors conference in Ozurgeti, and Ozurgeti is in the mountains. There's a big lake there. It's about an hour outside of Tbilisi, which is the capital. So you go, and there's this like big conference center with probably like 10 hotels in it, but I mean they're all interrelated. So we went there. And then we had this game where you came up by your region. There's like 11 regions in Georgia, by the way. It's kind of like counties. And so you came up by your region, and they would announce your partner, and then they would announce who it was with. And so everybody from my region got announced before me, and then the one person left happened to just be this like super tall guy who's my director, Zuyad. He's great. So Zuyad is from Guria. He actually studied 2 years in Russia, so he's fluent in Russian. So I can practice my Russian now. What? And we did a couple activities at the supervisors conference, and they kind of tried to like break down barriers and explain like, imagine if you were the director taking in someone who didn't speak your language and didn't know the customs of your country. And then they also flipped it to directors and said, now directors, imagine that you're a volunteer and you gave up everything back home. You had your education, but you gave up a good salary, you gave up your family, you gave up all the niceties you had. Which, by the way, we have a lot of niceties here in Georgia, but that's another point. So imagine if you didn't speak the language and you didn't know how the office worked, and sometimes people weren't friendly. How would you feel? So it was really cool, and it got everybody to think like, oh yeah, that would be hard from both perspectives. So after that, there's 3 people in Ozurgeti. It's me, Tiffany, and Vaughn. So Vaughn's an English teacher, and Tiffany is IOD. Tiffany's in Cerami with me, so she's like the only other blonde here. What? I guess we gotta stick together. So I'm working with Guria Youth Resource Center. And so Zuyad's the director of that. And then Vaughn's counterpart works at school number 3, where he'll be teaching as well. So all 4 of us rode in a car. Hey, Lizzie. So all 4 of us rode in a car, and we went to Guria. And I'm telling all my friends back home about how my Ozurgeti trip was. Say hi. Say Garmarjoba. Garmarjoba. Garmarjoba, go. This is Lizzie. She's really not shy, I promise. Anyway, so Lizzie, help me tell them about Ozurgeti. Okay. Say Gargia. It was good. Okay. So when we went to Ozurgeti, it's like a 5-hour drive from Tbilisi. They have an overnight train you can take as well, which is awesome. So we went to Ozurgeti, and at the very end, there's like these big mountains, and you go around the hill. Big mountains. Mata. Yeah, Mata. So you go, and I got... Oh, okay, go. So when we got to Ozurgeti, it's like not very big. It's like smaller. Thank you. So when we got to Ozurgeti, it's actually... So come on, gotta tell my friends, Mego Brebi and Marikashi. So when I got there, it's smaller than Peachtree City, but it's awesome, and my host family is great. There's 3 kids. I have a 16-year-old sister, a 12-year-old sister, and an 8-year-old brother, but no little nuggets like Lizzie.
Just nuggets, huh?
Oh, they know. Eatsies. Uh-oh, that means she's got to go downstairs to baby yet. Oh, Chimmy Beachy Ernie. Okay, so anyway, I guess I'll finish telling you about the rest another time. Hi, gotta go to school. Hey, y'all. Back again. Today's Sunday, so it's my one day off in the week. Usually, like, Monday through Saturday, we have 4 hours of language classes. And then we have either another class after that for business, or we have some sort of project or something, but there's always class going on. And then Sunday is our day of rest. So I'm trying to catch everybody up on everything that's happened so far. So I was talking about Ozurgeti. So we went, and the first day I just pretty much got a tour of the town. And there's 2 bazaars, Old Bazaar, New Bazaar. There's a museum, which is really cool. They've got Napoleon's sword there. And my director's dad also is like a famous artist in the region, so I got to see a bunch of his paintings. And then we toured, what else? We toured the music school, the library. There's a lot of resources in Ozurgeti for being a town of 25,000, but it's also sort of the regional center. So we toured that, and then in the afternoon, my director had invited over all the other Peace Corps volunteers in Guria, which I thought was really awesome. And so They also invited TLG, which is English teachers in Georgia that's run through the Ministry of Education. So they come on, I think, a year contract, and they come and just teach English in the public schools as well. But the major difference between TLG and Peace Corps is it's run through the Ministry of Education, and also TLGs don't receive quite as much training as we do. But I've met quite a few really awesome TLGs along my way, so it's cool to have like another program here, so you get to meet other people outside of Peace Corps. So anyway, we had like a pizza party, which by the way, that was like the first time I've had pizza since I've been here, and it was pretty good. And oh, by the way, the cafe is right around the corner from my work, so I'm pretty excited. So yeah, we had a pizza party with all the other people in Ozurgeti. And I just got to switch names and numbers with everyone and just see what they've been working on in Peace Corps or TLG and what they think of Guria and what kind of tips they have and, you know, if they've traveled, how to do that and how to handle the night train, just simple things like that. And so then after that, I was able to get another tour of the office, talk about some more programs, and kind of cut it early, cut the day pretty short. I think I was home probably by like 4 or 5, which was really nice. And so I got to spend some time with my family and my host mom, who's from Abkhazia, which is a region in Georgia that's currently occupied by the Russians. And so technically no Georgians can go in and out of Abkhazia. And there's 2 regions in Georgia like that. And there's actually about 250,000 IDPs, which is 5% of Georgia's population is considered IDP. So she's from Abkhazia, and she used to be a pediatrician. She studied in Russia for 7 years, and now she lives in Ozurgeti with her husband and kids. So she's super smart, speaks 3 languages, and it's funny because she actually knows more Russian than she knows Georgian because Abkhazia has its own language. So I thought that was really interesting. And then the next day I woke up and I learned all about the major programs that are major projects. I'm sorry. I didn't really learn about the programs. I just learned about the projects. So we work on 3 major projects right now. We work with the civic clubs in the region, teaching kids how to plan and implement projects. We also work with kids, teaching them English. So it's a group of 25 students, and there are 8 regions which have this program. And they have 25 students, or it might actually be in all 11 regions. I'll get back to you on that one. But it's called the Access Program, and it's run through PH International. And it's a really cool program. And so they choose kids that don't have enough money to get tutors per se or to get extra help outside of school. So it gives them an opportunity for 2 years to get an intensive English education. And what's cool is it's run through PH International, so it also has elements, and it's PH International runs it, by the way, through a U.S. Embassy grant or through American grants. So they're required to incorporate American culture in there. So as a Peace Corps volunteer working through the Access Program, I can teach them about different holidays we have, anything like that. So if you have an idea for you of something you think that we should share American culture-wise with these students, let me know. Definitely respond on this video and say, hey, Jessica, you should definitely show them about Halloween. Because supposedly 2 of the holidays they're really interested in are Halloween and the 4th of July. Because they're not in Georgia, so they want to understand why we get so excited about it. So if you have any other holiday ideas or cultural things that we do in America that you think are really important, definitely respond on this, please. So then the rest of the day, I actually didn't work. I just spent time with my director and my vice president getting to know them. We went up to this really cool mountain restaurant and ate the rest of the day. And had trout that was caught fresh in the stream and then cooked on a banana leaf. So that was awesome. And they also make their own honey vodka, which is pretty cool. So we got done with that, and I got dropped off at my host family again and took a little break. And then after that, I went and met up with some more Peace Corps volunteers, and we went to a bar in Ozurgeti and just had a couple of beers. And then after that, I was able to meet Tiffany's host family. And earlier in the day, I had been able to meet Vaughn's host family. So I've met both the other host families in the region. And then they're going to come over to my host family soon. But my host family is probably the furthest away. It's about a 20-minute walk from the city center, where their host families are maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute if you're not walking very quickly. So we did that, and then the next morning we got on a bus at 9:30, but we didn't leave till 11, and we headed back to Sarami. And so that was the end of the trip. It was great because I got to know a lot about the programs we do. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the 3rd program we do, or the 3rd project we do at the Guria Youth Resource Center. We work with probationers, which is a whole other thing we do, and we work with the European Union. And it's a program to teach probationers English and computer skills so that they can go back into the workforce and be reintegrated. And the Guria Youth Resource Center is also really looking into some sort of ad campaign, which they want me to work with, which I'm so excited about, and it's an ad campaign to break down the stereotype of probationers in Georgia because they have a really negative rap. And so they're trying to break that down and show them that people make mistakes and it's really worth giving people a second try within your community because there is a very strong stigma attached to that. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, so that was my trip. It was pretty basic. It was more about getting to know the people within my organization and getting to know Ozurgeti overall because they said once I come there, I'll have 2 years to really jump into everything. But they showed me different projects I might be able to help work on. So at the moment, I think I'm going to be mainly working on helping them build a website, market their organization, and I'm really excited about spreading the American culture through the Access Program and working with the probationers because the limited computer skills I do know I would love to share with them because I'm really into giving these guys a second chance if they're willing to learn and try hard. So I'm super excited. I think Guria Youth Resource Center is doing a lot of cool things. Besides that, speaking of PH International, which is the two of the three major projects we're working on now, we had a Tbilisi trip on Wednesday, and I was able to go in and meet PH International and actually one of the people we work directly with. So that was awesome. Tbilisi, by the way, is kind of hard to navigate if you don't know where you're going. It's a pretty easy city to use, like the metro system, which is incredible, by the way. If you're coming to Tbilisi, it's very easy to understand. There's only 2 lines, and people are so friendly. They're more than willing to help you if you get lost. We, on the other hand, didn't know exactly where we were going, so people were so excited to help us figure out where we were going. But when you don't know where you're going, it gets a little complicated. We eventually found PH International, and then we had a tour of the Peace Corps office, which is awesome. It's right next to the medical university in Tbilisi, so it's a huge student population, so there's lots of young people running around, and it's got that cool university vibe in the city sort of thing. So I'm excited about that. We were able to meet some other volunteers, and shout out to Nastia she's a G10, actually she's a G11, apologies. She's a G11 that just left and went back to America, but she left me her sleeping bag, so I really do appreciate that because that gave me probably enough room to bring my snow boots, so that was awesome, and maybe a couple extra shirts. It was a huge help. She left me her sleeping bag and her sleeping bag liner, so thank you so much, Nastia. Besides that, the Tbilisi trip was great. We're back home. We've been doing classes and just trying to learn Georgian every day, but besides that, everything's been going great. If you want to hear about anything else, just let me know. And yeah, I changed the hair color 2 days ago. And this is what is considered popular in Georgia right now, this color. But it's a little bit darker when you have brown hair or black hair. Whereas with blonde hair, it got like super purple red. But I'm digging it. It's a cool change. So right back. Let me know what's been going on with you guys. Respond on this comment. Let me know any thoughts, opinions. And I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I hope you're all doing well in America, and I miss you. Mwah. Bye.